Hello and welcome to the first instalment of the folk tales / ghost stories of Pluckley. Now, we will eventually do all of them, but we just thought we'd just do something a little bit different, a little bit paranormal, you know it's like. And I'm going to introduce lovely Kay Breeden, who you can check out her links for our videos. And she's going to explain to us the significance of Deering Wood, or aka Screamers Woods? Screaming Woods. So take it away, Kay.
So there isn't really a story as such as to why this is called the Screaming Woods, but the reason it got its name is because a man used to come here early hours of the morning and take a water meter reading from somewhere. There's a water meter around here somewhere, I have no idea where, but he used to come and his wife used to accompany him, and one day they came here just about to take the water meter reading, and there was a blood-curdling scream from inside the woods, and so they quickly slammed it down, didn't take the water meter reading, jumped in the car, and they left. And apparently there's, they're just normal average people that come from the local area to do their job. Never caused any trouble before. They're reliable people, and that's where the story goes with this.
So there you go. That's our first one. We're gonna take a little brief walk in there, because most of the action we know sort of happened around this area. So we're just going to take a walk and just to show you the actual woods itself. Otherwise, it'd be pointless sort of like not redoing that. So next thing you can see is just us walking in the woods, and then that's it. That's our first folk tale / ghost story done for you guys. So there we go. Right, so see you in a minute. Bye.
Bye.
This, obviously, the way of how dark it is, you can understand probably like that it's spider blood. You can get the idea of like, thinking, well, yeah, I can get how creepy it is around here, But the Deering family were the prominent family in Pluckley, weren't they?
Yeah.
So that's why something like this is important, because it was their wood. It was their, they pretty much own Pluckley. So yeah. See, now I've been in many a forest in a woodland, and it's amazing that once all of a sudden you're in here, it's darker. All these natural things that you have. I'm a country bumpkin, so I'm always used to it. In fact, I hate towns. I'm notorious for hating towns. I hate busy places. So all this I kind of feel at home in, really. But it's amazing, isn't it? Like, you come into a place like this, just take a side road off and it becomes really dark,
A bit like the Blair Witch in here, isn't it?
It's a little bit, yeah. I mean, you wouldn't be able to camp.
Did you ever see that? I know you don't like horror movies, but did you ever see the Blair Witch?
Yeah, of course I did. Because do you know they call this thing, right? People out there won't remember this, or they might do. Do you remember? Like, I remember this really well. I was in Rochester High Street, right, Rochester in Kent. Well, because there's a Rochester in America, not that we probably get foreign people, probably a few Rochesters. The Rochester. And there's a spiritual shop there, and I keep forgetting what it's called. But they were selling Blair Witch, have you found this person missing t-shirts, right? And it was some of the characters from Blair Witch, and they genuinely looked like missing t-shirts. And the only way you could distinguish it was on the bottom corner there was like a copyright Blair Witch, and it was, do you know, it's weird how I remember that. And it was, so if you remember that, everybody out there, so there were Blair Witch t-shirts, but they were like missing t-shirts, and they looked really convincing, like they were missing t-shirts with their faces on them. But the only thing that distinguished it was like tiny writing, copyright. It said Blair Witch. That was it. And I was just so cool. I thought that was like the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. But yeah.
Everyone in America actually thought them people were missing at first.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why them t-shirts as well. Like, I think that's what's so cool about it.
For months, them
That's
people,
crazy.
weren't they? No, I was just looking through them. It's alright, I wasn't like, having a photo moment.
It's okay. You look like one of them meerkats. When all of a sudden it's got the look of something. Well, that's a
I don't know
compliment.
if that's a compliment. What, to be like a meerkat?
Yeah. No, you look more like a. No, I won't get. No, I'll be quiet now. Yeah. Kate's got this really weird thing about going Danny Dyer when she goes all like freaking hardcore. She's quite a manly woman, really. Look at that spot. Now look, sorry.
I know. I saw that.
Oh, got a spider web on me. Can we get close to that without... There you go, you can see that in the camera. Hello, mate. Well, I think you've done quite a good job of that spider web. Right, anyway, shall we call it there for this one? Video wise, anyway, recording wise. What? Somebody's made a den.
That's a den.
That's not a den, is it? That's something different. Well,
Yeah, no, that's that is pretty much it on to do with Deer in Woods. I mean, there's all the Screaming Woods. There's not a lot of info to tell apart from somebody's story.
we've got a busy day today. We've got to record a few of these. We've decided that we're not going to do all of them today because obviously we want to see your response. We want to see if you think that it's worth us doing the rest of them.
Well, someone might have their own tale on this. They
Yeah,
might have
exactly.
their own
Feel
plan,
free to share.
It'd be really interesting to see if there was, any police reports at any time or anything.
Absolutely.
So,
Look at the colour of that tree. Sorry, gone all nature in you.
oh, yeah. It's like someone's at some point done something
Weird.
to it, isn't it?
So yeah. Anyway, we'll say goodbye for this video. Screaming with Pluckley. Say goodbye, Kay.
Bye.
Bye. See you later, guys. See you soon. Hi, I'm Brew. We've got. Wouldn't be the same without a crappy intro, would it? Really. Yeah. So we are at the second location, which is a Highwayman. We're going to go outside over there. If you can show, that's where we are. Cool. And yeah, we're parked up, and Kay's going to tell you the lovely story of it. Not sponsored by I Am Brew. Bye.
Right, so we're standing on the corner of what is now known as Frith Woods, was originally Fright Woods. And on this corner, in 1967, there would have been a hollow tree stump in the middle of that island there. Now the reason we're here is for the Highwayman, because there's 3 stories to him. There's probably many more, but short versions are: one, there is a romantic thing. Basically, he was a villain in all the stories, so some people say that he actually came back here on a romantic journey to come meet someone, and he bumped into enemies of his own and they had a fight, sword fight, and he was impaled through the stomach. Similar story is that he was here waiting because he used to stand inside the hollow tree stump, and he would jump out on unexpected travellers, and instead other villains came along, again enemies of his own. He was backed up against the tree stump in a last desperate attempt to save himself, and the other villains again impaled him through the stomach. The last story, which is my favourite, is that a gentleman who was going to travel this journey actually heard of the story prior to his journey. So instead of actually coming past and being jumped out on by the Highwayman, he actually stopped just shortly down the road, and he actually walked up to the tree stump where the Highwayman was actually hiding inside, and as he walked up to the tree stump, he actually put the sword through the tree stump, again impaling him through the stomach. So yeah, a lot of people say this is where you will find the Highwayman. I'm not too sure if it screams or groans or things like that, but you will hear it in Fright Woods, or which is now known as Thrift Woods, which I wanted to go through, but I guess I'll have to say that for another time. I have a thing about woods. But yeah, in 1977 the tree stump was actually removed. I don't actually know why, because the island still stands there, with signs on, as you can see. But yeah, there's no tree stump there anymore. All it states is that it had to be removed in 1977. So yeah, there you go. Welcome to the Highwayman.
Okay, so that was our second ghost of today, or folk stories, because there's 3 in 1. So hopefully you enjoyed that one. Yeah, like Kay said, the woods are sort of like right opposite Scream's Woods. There's no point us filming it today because it is just woods, even though Kay desperately wants to go in them. But yeah, you get the idea. So yeah, that was it. Say goodbye, Kay.
Bye.
Off to location number 3. Bye. So hello, we are at location number 3. We are just about to talk about the watercress lady. As you can see, we are on a bridge. From that side, quickly run. Oh. And this is the stream that they were mentioning. And then Kay's over there, look. Beautiful Pluckley village. There we go. So this is the watercress lady. Hopefully you enjoy this story. See you in a minute. Bye.
Hi, so we're now at Pinnock Stream. And we found the bridge. The reason we're here is, as some of you might well know, there used to be an old gypsy lady that used to be here. She used to reside here. She used to pick the watercress, wrap it up and sell it. And when she wasn't doing that, her favourite hobby was smoking and drinking. She used to smoke a pipe, good old lady, and drink gin. Now the tale is that she used to get so drunk, and she used to wear this obviously baggy clothes. She was a gypsy lady, resided here. With all her shawls and stuff, she used to drop a load of the alcohol, a load of the gin all over her. And apparently, one day, she lit her pipe, a spark lit her shawls, and yeah, poof, she was gone. She went up in a puff of flames, and yeah, apparently, originally, people say that they used to see her ghost fully here in a full-blown figure. You could see everything. But as the years have gone by, people are now claiming that you don't actually see that anymore, that all you see is kind of a lit outline. So she's not even really a shadow anymore. They just say there's like a glow of an outline of a lady sitting here. Now the watercress doesn't actually grow here anymore. But yeah, she was known as the watercress lady or the gypsy lady. So yeah, it's kind of cool. It's a nice stream actually. So the bridge has obviously been done a few times over the years. But yeah, she's still here somewhere.
Alright everybody, we're at location number 4 today. This one is coaching horses, but obviously as always I'll let Kay explain it to you. Hopefully you enjoy it. See you in a minute. Bye.
Right, so we are on the B2077 and we have Screamers Woods. Yeah, we have Screamers Woods there. And yeah, the B2077 is down here. So we are here for the coach and horseman. There's not really a story to this apart from that lots of people have seen many different versions of a horse and coachman. So some people have seen a two-wheeled coach with a horse. Some people have seen four-wheeled coach and horses, so there's a plural there. And also some people have said that there's horses just trotting along. Some of them have seen them galloping, and yeah, we've actually read that some people have claimed to see headless horses, which is a bit random because there's no actual story to there being headless horses. So unless all these, you know, the whole villains and that, especially what with the guy that we just last saw, you know, could just slice the heads off. But anyway, so the coach and horseman has been seen along this road, also along the old Roman road, which is back down at the Pinnock Stream, where we've just been to see the Gypsy Lady. It's been seen going to the old forge, and also into Pluckley itself. So the question is, what a lot of people are asking is it just one coach and horseman, or is there a fact that Pluckley is actually haunted by plural coach and horsemen? So, you know, the stories of actually everyone saying, well, it's a two-wheeled one, it's four-wheeled one, well, actually they could both be true, because there could be more ghosts. So, but as to why there are, we don't know. But yeah, so here we are.
So yeah, so we've got one more to do now, and then we're done. We're done for part 1 of our Pluckley ghost folk stories. So here we go. So we've got one more to do now, and thank you as always for watching. So yeah, final one, which is going to be at the church. Haunted Lady, I will not say
my
anymore.
favourite.
That's cool, right? See you in a minute. Okay, so this is our final one of today. Part 1 will be complete after this wonderful video that Kay's going to kindly talk about. This is about the red lady who's outside and the white lady who's inside of the wonderful church of Pluckley. So there we go. Hope you really enjoy these folk stories, by the way, and ghost stories, because I think they're folk stories as well. And feel free to bring in any more ghostly tales and stuff. We'd love to hear from you out there, so that we can actually start building up our sort of portfolio of our paranormal, supernatural sort of videos that we like doing. You know, if you've seen my welcome to my channel video, you know that I'm a spiritualist, Celtic bands, blah blah. Is that my credentials? That I've got tattoos of spiritual stuff. Who knows? But enjoy this video, and yeah. Thank you very much. As always, see you later. Bye.
Right, so we're here at the church and the cemetery for the Red Lady. She was a member of the Deering family by marriage. Now, the reason she's here, she's also known as the sorrowful lady, sorrowing lady.
Yeah.
The reason she's here is because they say that she's seen a lot, mourningful. She's crying, walking around here. She's actually called the Red Lady because of, well, they suggest that it's the Red Lady because of what she wears. The reason she's here is for her unborn child. Now, the Deering vault is actually inside the church, I do believe, but because the child died, it was a stillborn, I believe, or died at birth, it wasn't actually allowed to be buried in the Deering vault, because back then, see, it being dead on birth, it never got baptized, so it never got the whole Christianity thing going on, to be allowed to be buried within the church grounds. But they say because she actually walks around here, people believe, don't fall over, people actually believe that in secret a burial was done to place the child here, not obviously in the Deering vault, but within the church grounds as the mother wanted. But it is an unmarked grave. It was done in secret because obviously it wasn't allowed back then, and which leads her to walk around here trying to find her dead baby. There is another ghost which is meant to be inside the church only, and that's near the vault, and that's the White Lady, which we'll do at another time. But yeah, she's actually buried in the vault. So we did actually try and have a look to see if we could get in the church, but it's actually being renovated at the moment and we couldn't get in. But basically the short of it is that the White Lady also, who is found, her ghost is found inside. Her husband, member of the Deering family, she died really young age and he wanted to keep her beauty, so he embalmed her to, yeah, try and keep her beauty. I'm not too sure how, but he put a red rose on her chest, had her embalmed, and laid her to rest inside the church, and she is supposedly seen in there. But that's about it for now. Hi. So I decided to go and have a look through the cemetery, and I decided to be nosy. And we've actually just found what states there is the Deering family vault. Now we are still outside. Now we were told it was inside. Now we can't get in the church, so it may be possible, because this is very, very new, that either it's been transferred now by the information we've been going on. Since then, it may have been transferred outside, because this is really new, as you can see, but it does state there the Deering family vault. Or there could be parts inside as well. I'm a bit confused as to who is who, but there is a hell of a lot of Herberts and Neville Deerings going on here. But we have one here. We have a very small one here. Ooh, morning. And then you have another 3 here. 3 are Sir Henry Neville's, and that is the second son of Sir Henry Neville. And then you have a wife as well here. So there's only a couple here. I don't know. I may have expected more, because it seems like there's sons and one father and one lady. But obviously we don't actually know what is inside the family vault. And like I said, also inside, because the white lady is in there, so there must be something inside still. Unless, yeah, like we say, it's all been moved outside. But when we finally get in the church one day, when we come back, we'll be able to go and find out. But for now, we just thought we'd update you on what we found.
Alright, that's our final one of today. Stay tuned for part 2 later on in the coming months, and see you then.